This is an external flow demo using Sculptor, brought to you by Optimal Solutions Software. As you can see, we have a simple airplane model here with a previously created ASD volume around the wing. We will be deforming the wing to maximize the lift and decrease the drag. With an external flow problem, the object of the deformation is not necessarily to deform the actual geometry, but is to deform the air around it. So one thing we have to do is extend the ASD volume so that it encapsulates the air surrounding the geometry. So here is a basic simple volume that was previously created. I will now show you how to create this ASD volume, create the groups, and set up the optimization. I have imported the Fluent case file, and this is how it shows up. As you can see, we have a box around the airplane, and now we need to go into the regions section and turn off the sides and everything so that we can see the airplane and create the volume around it. So I will just select the bottom wall, inlet, left wall, outlet, symmetry plane, and top wall. Click this right arrow to set them to the non-visible regions section, and click OK. I was able to get to the regions, this option or menu, by right-clicking, going to visibility, and to regions. Okay, to begin, we need to add a volume. So here we go up to the Create Volume button and click it, and we select the region we want to create the volume around. So I've selected the airplane region, hit apply, and as we see, it creates a rectangle around the entire region of the airplane. We'll say OK, and to make things a little easier to view, I will go up to this view menu and set it to orthographic. That way things just line up straighter and it's a little easier to see. Now I will move around and deform the shape of this volume so that it better encapsulates the wing of this airplane. I will begin by selecting the entire box and scaling it down in the X direction. And now I will translate it in the minus X direction, and that's pretty good for now. We just want the area around the wing, so now, oh, wrong button. Here we go. I will change the distances of some of these planes so that it follows this leading edge of the airplane. So I click on this TU1 plane, double click on it, and it expands it out, and we can see we can select different rows, which are these vertical rows in this case, or the columns, which are the longer sections. And we actually want row 1. I will be translating it so that it goes closer to the leading edge of the wing. Now I just want to get it pretty close. I can't get it exact. And as we see, the ASD volume kind of cuts so it doesn't follow that exactly. So I select row 2 and pull it back a little bit, and now it looks like it just follows the leading edge of this wing pretty well, and it does. And now I will kind of do the same thing to follow the trailing edge of this outer portion of the wing that is narrower. So that is the TU2 plane, and again we want to move this row 2 here, and we will back that up, zoom in a little bit to make sure that it's has it, and I want to make it move it back just a little bit. As we can see, it moved. The step was a little big, so I'm going to change my range here. I'm going to make it a lot smaller, so like 20 and minus 20. Now it just takes smaller steps when I move this slider. So that's nice. I'm actually going to move row 1 back just a bit. There. And as you see, I've selected this pan button here, so it allows me to left click and pan around the airplane, and I can use the scroll button to zoom in and out. If I want to rotate, I need to press this orbit button, and it orbits the entire model, which is nice. Now I want to angle and bring in the top planes of this ASD volume, so I will, there we go, click on this front view, and I want to be able to pan it around. So here we go. We'll close this TU2, and I believe it's the it's the ST planes. Select this entire plane and translate it up in the Z direction. And as we see, I've kind of run out of room, so I can unselect it and reselect it again and translate it up a little bit more. Now I just want to move this column or row of points there in the Z direction some more so that it lies closer to the wingtip. So that looks pretty close, and as we see now, the end here doesn't capture the very bottom portion, so I'll select row 2 and bring it down just a hair. There we go. Great. Now the ST2 plane, do it in much the same way. We will bring it down and then select row 2 and bring it down just a little more. So here we have this basic volume around this this portion of the wing, and it is encapsulated. Now I will create a plane here so we can bring this point back. Okay, we need to close this dialog here, the deform grid, I believe, or the modify volume button. So we actually want to add a plane, so we click here on the add plane button, and there are a number of ways we can add a plane. We can either select it by